Yeah. I personally think if I was writing this, we would lose. We would lose when we get to Coco, and there would be consequences, and then we somehow get out from there.
I mean, that's what I would like as well, where it's showing Luffy, of course, some more growth for Luffy, because that's essentially what we want, growth for Luffy, as not only a pirate, also a captain and leader, but then growth for the Straw Hats. This because if they go out of there, right, and they lose, let's say they lose Pedro, right, and they can't lose Pedro and Carrot. They lose Pedro, they get captured. I don't know, something they lose something else really significant. Like say let's say Big Mom does something like what could Big Mom take from Luffy to show like we're not playing around. I'm gonna let you go, but I'm taking this to let you know that you failed.
Life.
Oh, some lifespan. Okay, okay. But I like that. She's like, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go because of how much damage you caused. You kept me entertained for this couple of days. That was entertaining. I'm gonna let you go, but I'm gonna take some of your lifespan. So for you to continue your journey, you have to defeat me to get it back. So you're gonna
Uh-huh.
have to come back to me eventually, right? Where it would set up a
Hmm.
rematch. Where then, um, Zoro versus in Dressrosa, where Pika was going after Luffy and shit. He's like, you don't deserve to fight my captain.
Hmm.
Say Katakuri wins here. This is the end of the fight, and the rematch, and then Katakuri sees Luffy again, and Katakuri is going after Luffy because this is after Wano, right? And then Zoro jumps in the way. Is like, you don't deserve to fight my captain. Yeah.
It would be. Oh my God. They had the trash just one again.
You don't deserve to fight my captain. But I mean, I wouldn't mind that because uh, how strong Luffy's gotten now, just off of like just losing and the experience with fighting someone like Katakuri, is just unbelievable, bro. He's gonna be such a devastating like force in Wano. I can't wait. I really can't wait.
Now, do you think that because Luffy is getting his quote unquote training and stuff on this island, and I know Zoro's currently rounding up samurai, but let's just say he hasn't grown
Yeah.
from that. Is Luffy better than Zoro? Confirmed now, for the
For the
moment.
moment, definitely, definitely. You know what I'm saying? I think that based on everything that's happened this arc, how Luffy has grown and Zoro hasn't done anything, Luffy's taken another step and Zoro hasn't. But then people always gonna go back to we haven't seen everything from Zoro, but you think Luffy growing, seeing everything from Luffy, growing after that, Zoro can match that. There's no way you can justify that. No way.
Oh yeah, Zoro should have beat every arc.
Yeah,
Easy.
yeah. Like, come on, like Luffy is growing at a rate that's just like, he's learning a lot. I think he's learning the nuances of like mastering and I guess using your devil fruit more efficiently. Like we saw when Katakuri used his own version of Gatling, it had like a homing,
Yeah.
like where like it went directly to Luffy. Like so they kind of converged in. Instead of like with Gatling, that Luffy uses like all over the place. Where Katakuri had like all of them, like they had like they were going towards the center essentially. Where I'm
Uh-huh.
like, if Luffy uses Gatling like that, where it's like it's more so directed instead of just like wildly throwing blows, like then they're feeling the full impact of Gatling. We're like, yo, that could grow him as well.
There's loads of things.
I'm loving it.
Uh,
I'm loving
it's a, the thing is with me is like we've had this discussion before,
it. Mm.
right? Cracker and Katakuri, right? Obviously, Katakuri is stronger than Cracker,
Yeah.
undeniable, right? But is it? Do you see why I've been saying that Cracker did better on Luffy than Cat did, or is?
No, I understand it. I understand it. But I always said that like I understand what you're saying. But
He's the only guy. He's the only guy in this whole series, the only villain to fight Luffy who needed help to win.
yeah, yeah. I mean,
And it's base Luffy 2, it's not even Gear 2.
yeah, yeah. I mean, wait, but theory. Did you hear about Charlotte Owen?
Who?
Charlotte Owen.
Never heard of
Yeah.
him.
So Charlotte Owen was revealed in this past chapter. Apparently, he's like one of the brothers. Um,
What?
yeah, one of the brothers was revealed.
Where was that?
Um, um,
Which number was it? Is this a joke that's leading up?
I'm sorry.
Is this a joke you're leading
What
up
joke?
to? I have no idea. I don't know if you're telling the truth.
Wait, Theory, you don't believe that there's a Charlotte Owen?
No.
No, let me send you something. Let me send you something. Look at this. Look on at the top of this.
What, on Twitter?
Yeah, I sent it to you on Twitter.
Let's have a look. 1 second. It's just loading.
All right.
At the top of the page?
You're on page 14, right?
Yeah, I'm on page 14. I see
Yeah.
Mondor.
Read that down.
Tell that to Tomago and Mondor. Of course, this is necessary, Owen, brother.
Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Theory? We're saying
Ah,
this is the guy that saved Pound, and this is the guy that's gonna save Luffy. He defected from Big Mom's. He's originally the right hand of Big Mom.
damn. Is this because of trash
Yes, pretty
translation?
much. This is the hood translation.
Oh
Like this is the
oh
hood
my
translation.
god.
Like if you go to go to what page where they're on the ship.
Yeah.
Page on the ship. Page 12.
Page 12.
Page. Okay, page 8.
Page
Page
8.
Read that page.
Anyways, it looks like you all got. Sorry, even though I was here, we could stop. We'd be dead without you, Jinbei. Let's talk about that later. Where is Veggie and Carrot?
Hood translations, bro. Hood translations.
What? Where are these? Well, what website is this? I like this One
Right,
Piece more.
exactly. Like, no, okay, go to page uh, uh go to page 1 and read the bottom dialogue.
All right. Mama, sniff sniff. That smells so effing good. Hey, you and your ship and Big Mama over there. They're gonna. What is with all this profanity?
That's how Big Mom talks. That's how they really talk, man.
Yeah, man. Damn. This is where I'm looking at Jinbei right now. Remember people saying he lost an arm to
Oh
Big
my
Mom?
god. Like that shit happens all the time. Where something happens and it's like, feel that it's fine.
I'm really confused about like this whole Prometheus thing. Like, why? Like, because I like Big Mom's powers, right? In the forest, he did one explosion and ran out of energy. But now he's maintaining this form. Is it because Big Mom is in contact with
I
him?
think where he's directly using her source because they even said in the chapter, this is the extent of soul of a Yonko for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's for sure.
And he doesn't seem to be as fast as Zeus, which makes sense.
Exactly, because he's not meant for travel.
Now, okay. What's the other one? Smoothie. There's a comment from Smoothie about how they should have left, or Smoothie sisters, how they should have left it to Smoothie and her sisters from the start, and that boys are useless. What's your thought on that?
That was interesting because I'm not sure if that's the saying, at the end of it all, oh, I would have been better.
Well, Smoothie isn't the one that said it. It was her sisters that said it, and Smoothie was like, calm down.
Well, yeah.
Like I said, it was like the whole Brule thing where Brule had to a cat, and he was like, "Yo, you'll be quiet."
Wait, she didn't say that? Didn't Smoothie say that?
No, no,
I'm looking at it here. It said, okay, should have left it to us in the first place. She's on the phone. That wasn't her?
no.
I mean, because this is the hood trend. Let me look at Jamin's box. Look at Jamin's Bro, I think that's yeah.
Really?
'Cause you said Roger that. You said you should have just left it to us.
Hang on a sec. What page is that?
Page uh, 10. Jam's box.
Yeah. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, yeah. Liar.
Where? Oh,
Page
my bad.
12.
No, because Jam's box. It's hard to tell what page I'm on, so I just went to the first page.
um, she says, Roger that. Okay, yeah, fair. That's
So
Smoothie.
it's like I think Smoothie is just like I don't know if she's talking shit, or she actually has a way. But because it's like I think it's just one of those where it's they feel like maybe Katakuri gets too much praise or I don't know.
Well, I think that's exactly what's
Yeah.
going on. Is that's what I've been trying to tell you. Is this arc is literally trying to show you that all the credit keeps on going to this guy when it's actually other people in his crew like Peros, Smoothie, Cracker. They truly, obviously, Katakuri is involved. They all in tandem hold the crew together, but Katakuri is always the one that gets the praise.
Um. I guess that's fair, but I mean they all have like crazy bounty.
Yeah, because they're all crazy monsters.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think that's them talking. Like we should have left it. I mean, men don't. Cinnamon was someone that we were all speculating to be snack. Not all,
Yes,
but
yeah, I remember.
we have never seen. I don't know if we've seen Citron before, but I never noticed.
Yeah, we've seen Citron. She was at the tea party a couple
I never
times.
noticed her. I guess based on how she looked.
Yeah, she was just like she was there when when Jinbei was standing up to
Yeah.
Big Mom. Her and Citron were there, and then sorry, Cinnamon were there, and then also at the very start of the tea party when they were sat at tables, her and Cinnamon were sat together there as well.
Do you think every Charlotte family has like a Rasengan type attack where
Oh, what?
a Rasengan?
Wait, the spinny
Yeah.
stuff. No, I think only the commanders
So
do.
Smoothie's gonna have one.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
obviously
To
like
juice
when you do
people.
that, that's more devastating. It's more devastating. Like you're getting hit and rotating.
Smooth. This is the thing is that people keep on sleeping on Smoothie. She probably is the strongest. Not obviously from like what the world perceives, but it's the same situation as like Jozu to Marco. Jozu is a physical monster, right, and has a hacks fruit, whereas Marco is just hacked. He's strong, but he's more so hacked than he is strong. Do you
I
know what I mean?
understand that. Where we could have a line or dialogue where it's like everybody's fearful of my brother. They don't really know I'm really the
That would never happen, but
Oh,
but you
because
know what I'm
because
trying to
she's a
say is like
woman?
for us the fan base, Oda will always do it where he will make the line so
Yeah, yeah.
blurred that people will be arguing
Yeah,
for the next
yeah, he's
10
gonna make
years.
it weird. But she's gonna say something vague though.
S-
She's gonna say something vague.
the same as like Jabra and
Yeah.
Kaku. Do you know
Oh,
what
as
I
far
mean?
as like, he was stronger before and then all that, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. But
all that nonsense. Like, Oda
he
loves
loves the shit.
it. He,
He loves doing that shit, guys.
that's what I mean. People need to stop. The fact that she's been saved till last is so that she can blow our minds. It's the same with Compote. She's gonna hopefully be another Perospero, just another crazy devil fruit user that's gonna shut everything down.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Gonna be doing I mean, that's why it's so crazy. Like they've been through so much. They've gotten, the help from Capone being in like the spot that was essential for all this to happen. And like they're still behind it.
Now, do you feel like we see with Luffy and his lobby, and we see with Luffy at Import Down, Luffy at Marineford, and Luffy here and there and everywhere, things go wrong. Yeah, we all
Right.
know this. Do you feel like without Luffy in each of those respective arcs, that they would have still been a success? So let's say all of those Import Down guard prisoners escaped, but there was just no Luffy.
So you're saying without Luffy would they have escaped?
Yeah,
No.
why?
But Luffy was essential to the ruckus, no?
I'm just saying, Luffy was essential to getting in and releasing
Right.
everyone because he got Ivankov, Croc. But I'm saying just somehow they all got out. Just how like just there was no Luffy involved.
The thing is, it's hard to rationalize that just because Luffy was able to rally the troops essentially and got the pretty much an all-star lineup with him to accomplish the things that he accomplished. So would it have played out that way without Luffy? I don't.
True. It's just and that's what I'm saying. It's like
Yeah.
Marineford, right? If Luffy didn't show up with the Impel Down guys, would the Marines have completely decimated
Oh,
Whitebeard?
100%. Luffy was like, as far because remember we're like they were getting owned for like a section of it. Then Luffy pretty much boosted the morale of the Whitebeard pirates. Then Whitebeard was like, because
Yeah.
Whitebeard he can't do that anymore. Like he can't go on the front line and say, "Yo, follow me," right? So when Luffy started doing it, it was like, "Yo, follow Straw Hat, like protect Straw Hat," and that basically got everyone else kept going. It's like, "Yo, look at how hard he's going. We can't let him outdo us." And then they got like a second wind because, and then the Marines they thought they had it in the bag. They started like getting cocky, and then they turned the tide. But if Luffy didn't show up, I don't know. It's shit. The execution would be happening a lot sooner anyway. you know, because remember they sped it up and shit.
Hmm.
Remember Crocodile
Yeah.
stopped one, and then Luffy had the Conquerors of the other one, which is yeah. Without Luffy there, they're getting ran out of there, bro. Shit.
That's what I mean. Like that's what I mean. It's like, don't you find that crazy that they could completely decimate a Yonko crew that easily?
Well, the thing is,
A Yonko crew and their allies.
well,
Look
I
what
was
was going
looking
on with
at
the
it.
allies versus the
Yeah,
pacifistas. Without Whitebeard and the iceberg, if Whitebeard didn't get rid of that iceberg, all those allies would have
yeah. I
died.
was looking at it from the fact that they were going up against. Look at who they're going against, right? First of all, Sengoku's a legend, right? And they talked about his strategies and shit like that, and where he's not scared to go underhanded. He's not scared to go there. Also with the three admirals, obviously, had all the vice admirals there. Then they had the warlords, and essentially the White Bear Pirates they were coming to them, so they were on the defensive, but they had the upper hand. And also the White Beard Pirates they were essentially weakened because one you lost Blackbeard who was a force, you lost Thatch who was a force, and you lost Ace who was a force, and then your captain he's hurt, he's dying pretty much. So with Whitebeard, I think at that point it's not far fetched to assume that Whitebeard had the weakest crew
Uh, why?
because you're missing your second commander, you're missing somebody
Uh-huh.
of commander level like Blackbeard and Thatch,
Uh-huh.
and then your captain is not at 100%. That's
But this is the thing, is I used to think the same
mm-hmm.
thing, right? I used to think that for a very long time. But Whitebeard himself and his crew are the Whitebeard pirates and his
Mm-hmm.
crew. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Do you feel like if Big Mom were to die, and Kaido were to die, and Shanks were to die, and then Blackbeard got his two fruits, and he just started his time
Yeah.
skip, like the Gorosei would have said, Cat Curry and the BMP, Jack and the remnants of the Kaido pirates, and Ben Beckman and the remnants of the Red Hair pirates, them respectively, they have an opportunity to take out Blackbeard.
They would have said those they have the best opportunity. Yes.
But why would but really? I don't think that their
The
names would
thing
have
is,
come
the
up.
reason why they're saying that is because of one, resources, and two, it's like yes, it's not a uh 1-to-1 where it's like you get rid of Whitebeard and Marcus steps in his place and it's like replacing him all the way. But
But this is why. But I know. But it's like, for example, I know obviously Oda is Oda and he's the author, so he doesn't make them say certain
yeah,
things. But from what we know so far, they didn't mention anybody else. They didn't
yeah.
mention the Warlords. They didn't even say the Admirals.
Who
It was just Marco and his dudes. They could do it, maybe. But they didn't. But maybe.
because I mean, first that goes back to story, and because now we know there's a lurking legend, right? That's been waiting. If like you do you reveal that there? Do you hint towards that? Because that would be smart if you said there's Marco and one other that
Yeah.
could have that could have a chance at taking down Blackbeard.
Do you feel like the BMP without Big Mom could have taken down the Blackbeard Pirates 1 year ago?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think that Kaido's lot without Kaido could have?
Absolutely not.
All right.
No, I think that's why I feel like when Marco went against Blackbeard, it was basically a suicide mission. Like, look at how decimated they were. And if you're like Jozu with one arm, Vista, no Ace, no Whitebeard, no Thatch, ugh, at that point, like you're just doing it for pride. I'm sure
Yeah.
Shanks offered to help. I'm sure. I'm sure Shanks was like, let's go. But he's like, no. We gotta do this. You handle the burial, whatever, we gotta do this. Shanks like, all right. All right, do you think? Because it's like I know Shanks definitely knows of the threat of Blackbeard and what he's capable of. And I think that's what Shanks is doing right now. I think Shanks is trying to find Blackbeard right now. I think he's
Why didn't he do it ages ago?
um I think one out of respect for Whitebeard. That was one thing where he's like he went to Whitebeard and said, "Yo, pretty much this is your issue, right? Because he's basically came from your crew. Um where you got to call Ace off because that's not something that Ace is ready for. I think it's one of those where it's like, yo, man, you got to really handle this. Like, Ace isn't ready for this. Where I think now, with Whitebeard not there, there's no one to kind of check Blackbeard and seeing the power that Blackbeard is accumulating. Because Shanks collects devil fruits as well. Was he doing that to kind of stop Blackbeard because he knows of what Blackbeard is capable of? So he's trying to, I'm going to get resources so my enemies cannot. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Uh-huh.
now he's like, oh no, he's gotten to the place where we have to quell this threat. We have to. Where when people view Shanks as the guardian, maybe he's doing it in a way to clear a way for Luffy to provide a opportunity for Luffy to defeat Blackbeard. But I think that's what he's doing right now. That's his purpose. That's his new purpose. 100%. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, I see what you mean. I don't agree, but
What
it's
do you
fine.
think? What do you think is happening?
I don't know. I think Shanks is just chilling like always and partying like always.
He was at a wedding. That's true. But I think I think he's definitely making moves. Um,
I don't think he is. I think he's waiting. There's something coming that's beyond our vision,
mm-hmm.
right, in the world.
Blackbeard.
And it's been talked about again and again. Like there's law. He says, there's something coming. Everyone's preparing. It was the same with someone else said it as well. I think Cavendish, and I think Doflamingo with his Throne Wars speech. Right, everyone is waiting for that.
Yeah.
Right, and that is the time when people like Shanks make their move.
But you don't think that time is now already? You don't think the time is like now?
No, the Throne War is not here right now. You would know it. You would like it would be so. It would be like in your face. You would know when the Throne Wars began.
Where do you think? So you think Luffy getting out of Big Mom's territory? That's where it starts.
No, I don't even think it starts after Wano.
Hmm. So I mean, but I think it starts with a huge event, right? That's the
Yeah,
a
it
huge
does.
event, and it's like ripple effect, and it's like everybody's like, okay, this happened. Now it's time. Now is the time to move.
Because I think people don't realize is like the Throne Wars isn't just like a we're fighting each other because we're fighting each other. It's
Jockey for
like
position.
yeah, we're looking to become
Yeah.
that guy. We're looking to become the Pirate
Yeah,
King.
I always said like I wondered like who was the top guy in like Cavendish's and Bartolomeo's their generation. I was like, would Oda ever go there and reveal that guy? You know what I mean? Or is that guy
I,
irrelevant? Where it's like,
I suppose they are that
you
guy.
think they are?
Well, I don't think that those generations had like 11 guys. There was just maybe one or two.
Mm,
This is the
right, this is the
worst
worst gen. I
gen.
don't
Like
expect 11.
there's never
I
been
don't
that
expect
many.
11,
Yeah.
but I expect someone to be, um, I guess on that level where it's like they kind of stepped out there from that generation.
Well, look at like Caribou. Caribou was the only one from his gen, I believe. Him and
There
his
we go.
brother.
Yeah. The thing is, Oda doesn't really show us that many pirate crews. Like he kind of focuses on the straw hats and who they interact with, and then people we've seen before.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like that's what I mean. Is like I understand that there's other people with over 100 mil like Peckhams and stuff like that, but none of them are like captains.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy knowing how vast the world is. we just don't know about it. Where Oda is kind of he's leaving it open, where he can reintroduce characters at any time.
Now I find this strange as well. Do we take crew member bounties seriously?
I think the only barometer we have is like the Straw Hats, right?
Right.
Using them
because
how they've accomplished.
when we look at Crocodile's organization bounties, we know Crocodile's bounty before he was a warlord. We know Nico Robin. That's the thing. Everyone on Crocodile's team formerly had a bounty before they joined Baroque Works.
Yes.
Right? Whereas the people that are in, let's say, for example, Big Mom's crew, they have that bounty because not only are they in her crew, they've done stuff as a part of that crew.
Yeah.
Is there a difference? Is that why these other bounties, for example, are so low? For example, if Bond Clay or Mr. One were a part of a Yonko crew, would their bounties be much, much higher?
I would assume so. I would say I don't know about much higher. I think as they rose through the ranks, I think with Mr. One, because I think based on the crew that you're in, it's like that kind of is relative to your strength, you know. So like with I mean unless you of course Blackbeard and stuff like that's an exception, but with like Mr. One, I think it's for story purposes how it's written. He's on the Crocodile, so he's gonna be around that level. But it's like for the Yonko commanders, the Yonko captains. Yeah.
Well, the thing is, under Crocodile, that doesn't mean anything because it wasn't like they've been together for
Right.
years. Crocodile, literally, they didn't even know Crocodile was their boss.
Right. But I'm saying like so for the overall story, right? It's like how do you justify Mr. One being stronger than Crocodile? I understand.
He can't. He isn't
Right.
stronger
So
than
I'm
him.
saying it's more a story thing because it would be interesting if you had someone join Baroque Works, not knowing who the boss is, hoping it was some. Let's say they're hoping it's like Doflamingo, right? They're hoping it's
Yeah.
him, so they're like, I want to get an opportunity to join Doflamingo's crew, like Bellamy wanted to join Doflamingo's crew,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, Mr. One, he's like this exceptional pirate that was in a new world, and he wants to kind of meet with Doflamingo, and he's like taking this opportunity. Then all of a sudden, maybe Crocodile is like the first level, the first guy. And then all of a sudden, you see Mr. One. If he fights Zoro, he decimates Zoro. And you're like, holy shit. And then you see Mr. One, Luffy and Crocodile. Then Luffy beats Crocodile, and Mr. One, he confronts Luffy, and he's like, "You're not worth my time yet." Then he leaves. Then it's like, okay, so he was stronger than Crocodile. I mean,
I don't think so. This is what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying with the kind of like
how you write the
parallel.
story.
I understand, but this is the thing is, I want to talk to you about Warlords. The Warlords, a lot of people used to laugh, and including myself. I used to find the premise of Warlord level.
Crocodile said it.
Yeah.
They said it.
Do you see what I mean? Warlord level is. People used to be like, no, there's no such thing. I used to say it. There's no such thing. But now we're seeing that they're actually very comparable.
Yeah, there's a level. Because it's like, essentially people look at people like Moria and how Doflamingo took out Moria and shit like that. But it's like, when we see Moria in his ideal situation and his ideal, I guess, surroundings, where he has all the things he needs to be at his peak, he's comparable to every other warlord we've seen. Look at what they had to do to take him out. So they go back to how Doflamingo took him out. It's like, oh, he's nowhere near it. But it's like, Moria in that case, he was just like dumbfounded to the fact that, yo, what the fuck is going on in the first place?
Yeah.
Crocodile, we know how strong Crocodile is, and that's kind of, I guess, validated by Marineford. Granted, using Marineford as like, a barometer of power, it's kind of, it's tough. Boa Hancock, Mihawk, about Weevil, him being compared to Whitebeard, Kuma, all the warlords, they're fairly around a level that you cannot. Look what the Straw Hats had to do to take out Moria, and people say Crocodile is stronger than Moria, right?
Yeah.
But all of them were needed to take out Moria. So it's like all the warlords. It's saying it's a level is kind of misleading but there's at least a basement level that you must have, excluding Buggy, because then again, Buggy, I don't know, I don't want to get into Buggy. That's a toxic Discord argument as well, but I think it's like a base level that you have to be at for a warlord, that's been shown in the story. So I think it is actually a level, but it's not the only thing you can use to kind of gauge the strength of a character.
I agree. Now, but the thing is, now commanders, we used to think the opposite. Commanders clearly are superior. They are the underlings of a Yonko. We saw them fighting
That's not the case.
admirals. These guys have crazy
Not the case anymore.
bounties. It's no longer the
No.
case. The warlords could, in fact, be better than all of them.
Yeah, because we used to have that conversation before where it's like, okay, where's Doflamingo? And everybody's like, based on the Cracker fight versus Luffy,
Yeah.
Doflamingo's nowhere near commander level, right?
Yeah.
And
Well, no, not even nowhere near. I used to say he was comparable to Cracker, but when it comes to like Smoothie and Katakuri, people,
right,
including
right,
myself, Duffy can't beat them. You
right.
can't beat them.
Now, looking at it,
Yeah.
because I think Haki blooms, and you know, based on your potential, it would bloom, right?
Uh-huh.
Doflamingo had unbelievable potential as well as a child. That's
Well, even forgetting like after dress roaster, I'm just talking about dress roaster
mm-hmm.
Dofi. He could be, like I personally don't think he can beat Cracker just because of matchup now. Whereas I used to think it was like a matchup and
Yeah.
rank thing. But now, like I can see Doflamingo defeating someone like Katakuri or Smoothie. I can see him defeating someone like Jozu. I can see him defeating someone like Jack, just because of his skill set.
Yes, and also another thing with Doflamingo, um, is Doflamingo is not. I don't necessarily think he's not like an old guy. You know what I mean?
No, he's one of the youngest. He's one of the youngest kind of strong guys
Exactly.
that there is. He's 41, I
41,
believe.
right? Where if Doflamingo fights someone like Katakuri, knowing that he has all three Hakis, all three types, is Haki blooming limited to younger pirates?
Well, no, Luffy is just an exception. Like Rayleigh said it himself. He has insane talent just for Haki in
Right,
general.
but I mean, one could argue one for Doflamingo as well, where it's like Doflamingo's like
Yeah.
he was so talented that
Well,
they took it upon himself to like boost him up, say, yo, we can use you to rise to the top, and they pretty much did.
yeah,
So I mean, obviously, I'm
yeah.
not saying Doflamingo has the talent that Luffy has, that like Luffy is out of this world, but with Conqueror's Haki, we're not sure what that is, but I feel like that plays a factor into like someone developing. And Doflamingo, we know he took a lot of time off, pretty much, just sitting on his ass and like running things behind the scenes. So
Uh-huh.
if Doflamingo were to fight Katakuri, I think Katakuri is stronger, but
Uh-huh. Of course, overall. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Doflamingo to figure out a way to defeat Katakuri.
Oh, Katakuri would get triggered. Dofi would get on his nerves.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like now, like you said, it is definitely closer. It's not as linear. You know what I mean?
Well, I feel like even someone like Croc.
Yeah.
People like to sleep on
Yeah.
Croc, but even someone like Croc has the opportunity to defeat someone like Cracker or
That's
Katakuri
what I'm saying.
or Jozu.
I think again, I do think these guys, Katakuri, Cracker, they're stronger than these warlords that we're talking about, Dolphy and Crocodile. But they're not. They do have the opportunity based on skill set to take out.
Well, I don't even think that. I feel like just the warlords in general are better than commanders. Like maybe not the right hands, but commanders. I think that they're better than that now.
I think we should probably see more before.
Well, we've seen enough. We've seen so much of the warlords.
I'm talking about for the commanders, because how
Oh,
for the
oh,
commanders.
oh.
Because let's see what Smoothie can do. Because we know what Cracker can do. Cracker's out of this world. Katakuri is crazy. Let's see some more commanders, and then we can kind of look at Jack. Like I want to see some more commanders.
But that's the thing is that we overhype
Yeah,
like
we
the
do.
Dukes. Like the Dukes are strong, but Jack wasn't really doing his thing, and neither were they.
It was a stalemate. It was a stalemate, and then the thing is, of course, you look at the fact that they couldn't overpower Jack, but also Jack can overpower them. I mean, they were switching in and out, but and you know,
What's the thing? So like with Parasite, right? It would be so horrible for someone like Jack.
yeah,
If you can stop
yeah,
Jozu, why would you not be able to stop
yeah,
Jack?
yeah, and then it's like, I mean, I think the thing with Dofi that was never really well. I don't know about that. I'm not gonna say that because Dofi had crazy power as well. He had,
Doflamingo's
yeah,
super
yeah,
strong,
he had
dude.
crazy power.
Really
He has
strong.
crazy power. Like, I remember I posted the scene on Twitter where I said people said Doflamingo has no power when he kicked at Kiros, and
Yeah. Yeah, he's strong
his
physically.
kick took off the basically
The
the
building?
building, his castle. That like it took all of that and like some surrounding buildings from just one kick where Luffy like
Uh-huh.
saved Kiros. I'm like Jesus, and
That's another base form feat for Luffy. Like by the time like the kick was near like Karis's
yeah,
face, Luffy and base managed to like
yeah,
intercept that. So
yeah, which is like yo. I mean, but it was like the power of that was just
uh-huh.
crazy.
It was insane, yeah. That's one of the few moments you get to see
Yeah,
that he's actually physically,
and look at
good.
Overheat.
Like if you took away his fruit,
Yeah,
like
he's so
Doflamingo could
strong.
still
He's so
kick your
strong.
ass.
And look at
Yeah.
Overheat as well, right? And how like I don't know, people sleep on Overheat, right? But Overheat went from Greenbit to
Yep. To the
to the
city.
city. Do people understand how far that is? That's
Uh-huh.
crazy. But you know, it's like again how the story out. People remember the end.
Well, that's the thing is, sorry. If you put any of these commanders in a warlord's shoes, that's what I'm trying to say. Is these commanders would crumble. They're so reliant on a
Yeah,
situation of their
they're
crews
not
around
captains.
them
They're
and
not
the arcs around
captains.
them. They're,
Yeah,
they're not
yeah,
captains
they're
exactly.
not captains. I think captains are built differently. They're built differently.
I don't think any commander could have handled Alabaster, Thriller or
I
Dressrosa.
agree. I agree because that's why Marco was destined to fail because I don't think Marco because I feel like to be a captain you have to have that ambition, right? It's like
Uh-huh.
with Marco, I don't think his ambition was ever to be a captain. I think he was okay with his position to support Whitebeard. And with Katakuri is the same way. Katakuri is strong enough to leave Big Mom. Like he could leave and go out and do his own thing, but Katakuri is comfortable, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
I'll be her right hand. Same as like everyone is on the Big Mom. For Ace, I think Ace is kind of the exception there, where Ace was comfortable. Ace went on to Whitebeard because of how much he respected Whitebeard, and he's like, "Yo, because of how this man is, I want him to be the Pirate King." Where Whitebeard looked at Ace and said, "Yo, this kid has immense potential. This kid can do great things." Where whether or not Ace knew it, they all knew that Whitebeard was rearing him and preparing him to take over. Because I think say 2 years pass, say Whitebeard dies, right? I think after the time skip, I don't think Marco's the captain. I think Ace would be the
Hmm.
captain. And you could say Marco would still be stronger regardless. I don't know how much Ace would have grown over 2 years, but I think he would have grown a lot over 2 years. So again, I think being a captain, it takes a certain type of individual. Of course, we have exceptions like Zoro, who Zoro has that mentality. That's why a lot of times people are saying, "Yo, is this guy must be the captain, right?" So it's like
Uh-huh.
it's special people like that where you can point them out and say this guy could be a captain on their own. But you see people like Katakuri, Marco, and those guys. I don't think they could be captains based on the position they've kind of that they're in right now, where they're comfortable. They're like they don't want to lead. And of course, captains are built differently. They are. They're just different. Those that's why Kid is different. Like shit, even the Pooh, those guys, they're all remarkable people. 100%.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like now when you can look at it from that angle, it's like stick Katakuri and Dressrosa with the Don Quixote family. He's the captain of the Don Quixote family. He would he would fall apart, man.
Yeah, because look at everything that happened from Punk Hazard on. Like, can you imagine like you having a Yonko on your ass? You have this whole operation underground, all that shit, and everything is happening, and you're personally stepping down to take care of it. Doflamingo with through all that kept a level head and still managed to corner all the Straw Hats. Like where it's like
Uh-huh.
you needed law, you needed all this shit to happen to kind of defeat Doflamingo. Even when, like you said, when Doflamingo trapped Luffy in the fucking tunnel and lured him in, it's like Doflamingo had a lot. But the thing is also Crocodile. Shout out to Crocodile and kudos to Crocodile
Shout out
because Crocodile had so many countermeasures.
all of
He
them.
had so many countermeasures in place just in case someone was able to get past like
Uh-huh.
the first step. You know, from like
Uh-huh.
people infiltrating the rebels and the army, where like it was just like even after the whole bomb, he was like, oh, we got to figure
Uh-huh.
it out. Nope. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like Crocodile had
He was the James Bond
very
villain, man.
meticulous in his planning, which is like you. If you don't respect Crocodile for nothing, you have to respect him for that. It took every little
Yeah.
thing from the Straw Hats and the Royal Army to overcome Crocodile. It took everything
Uh-huh.
because Crocodile was like, "Yo, it's over. Like you have nothing. Like you can't get through that." Nigga Pell flew up. Oh, he's still alive, you know. But my
Yeah.
man, like shout out to Crocodile. That shit was that is great.
Well, that's what I mean. It's like I feel like when it comes to the whole Luffy thing as well, there's like a discussion that we've been having in the Discord recently about whether Luffy, we know obviously he gets stronger arc by arc, but the jump from pre-time to current time, we know he's more efficient with like his gears and his haki and stuff like that, but is he physically much stronger? Is it obviously he's maybe a little bit stronger, but is his pistol like 10 times an old pistol or is it the
I
same?
think it's a bit stronger, but I think with Gear Second, I think his Gear Second is more refined. I think yeah,
But do you think that obviously it's more
yeah.
refined, but do you think that the jet pistol from pre-time and the jet pistol from now, what's the upscale?
I think he's definitely gotten significantly stronger. Now I think about it because when I look at it, his pistol, right? Pre time skip it was pretty powerful, but do you think the only difference with pre time skip and post time skip, like with the pacifist, is a Haki being able to hit them? I mean, no,
Yeah.
but then it's like how he decimated the pacifista, like after the time skip in comparison to the before. He had to have grown in strength reasonably.
Nah, man, the Haki is probably just something that incredible.
But is coding yourself with Haki increasing your base strength?
Yeah. Like if Luffy punches himself and the other him has Haki on, he would lose.
Yeah, I mean, say he would lose. Yeah, because it's gonna hurt him.
Uh,
That's the only reason.
okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're saying. Okay, it's more of like an
yeah,
effect thing. Okay, you're saying like like in games where like they show you your
yeah,
stats in like an
mhm,
RPG or something, and you got your attack. It says
yeah,
12. Okay, and then you put on like an item, and then that green arrow
yeah,
appears, and it's
yeah,
plus three because you're wearing it because you're wearing
yeah,
this item plus
yeah,
three. So now you're at
yeah.
15. You're asking me if Haki is like that
Right.
item. Um,
Because I think it's just it's a device.
you think Haki has its own like if you scroll down, so you got attack, defense, speed. You're saying Haki is its own little bit.
I'm saying that hockey there's a level to that where you can get that, but I think at its base, where Luffy was right after post time skip, it was just a device. Where it's like it was just like like in games again, where you unlock like a bag. We unlock you unlock the
Uh-huh.
bag to be able to carry items, right? Hockey was that bag,
Yep.
that device, which allowed Luffy to be able to actually hit these guys that were previously untouchable. But in addition to
But what about the Pacifista where he did actual physical damage? Like, why did he even need Haki? If he was that physically strong, why did he do that?
I think he was flexing.
That's
I
not
think
an
he was flexing
excuse.
because we know that was a showcase.
No,
Because it's like
I don't think that a jet pistol, like a
without
basic
hockey
one,
is taking out a
could.
pacifista.
No.
Crazy.
Why is that
It's
crazy?
crazy. I
That's not
think Luffy's
crazy.
eradicating a pacifista without hockey.
No, he's not. Not with a jet
Jet
pistol.
pistol, jet pistol,
No.
jet bullets.
So you're saying that one jet pistol is now currently equivalent to all the pre-timed Straw Hat's strongest attacks in one.
You don't think Luffy now is taking out all the Straw Hats 3 times skip?
He can take them out pre-time skip, but of course he
Yeah,
can. But what I'm saying is, like in a game where, like in the
yeah,
training room, there's like a
yeah,
dummy, and you can smack it around as much as
yeah.
you want to practice
Oh,
your
so you're saying
combos.
the attack?
You're
Yeah.
t you're saying that if I pick all of the characters, I pick Zoro, Nami, all the pre-time skip designs,
Mm.
right? And I do their ultimate move on that dummy, and it accumulates the
Yeah,
damage, and it says
yeah.
50,000. Flat
Hmm.
50,000. You're saying the current jet pistol does
In one.
50,000 in one? No Haki.
No hockey. No hockey. No hockey. I mean, the hockey may be used as a device to kind of make it more.
You see what I'm
It
trying to
could be.
say?
Nah,
Like,
I
that's
hear you. I
crazy,
hear you. It could
bro.
be used as a device to make it more potent. Yes, that's definitely possible. Or Luffy's just that fucking strong. Like, but nah. You may be right. You may be right on that one. That does sound crazy. I mean, Luffy's strong, man. The man grew. The man got those animals was kind of They were fucking.
Yo,
They were
man.
amazing. Like you said, didn't you say that when the animals are taking out Doflamingo?
Yeah, man. If you give a gorilla the rubber fruit, he's being the flamingo, man.
I mean, look at those Sea Kings, man. They got these strong Sea Kings out here. Like,
Yeah, they tell you to destroy the
Kaido's a
world.
Sea King.
Yep, he's a poneglyph
Sea
too.
King and a Poneglyph. And he was merged by Vegapunk. It was an experiment by the world government.
Of course, of course,
He's
of
the
course.
final Poneglyph, to be honest with you. That's honestly what it is.
No, but again, that's the discussion at the moment between myself, Lucid, and I think Grim and a couple other people. Like, has Luffy? I personally think, of course, physically, you grow up,
Oh
you get
yeah,
older. It's been 2 years. He's physically stronger,
yes.
of course. But is it as like you fought like there, 50,000, or is it just like
I
10?
think
You
based
know?
on like from that manga art, Luffy has become more toned, right? Post time skip. Um,
Uh-huh.
where I think that's showing physical growth. One, as far as strength, it's hard to quantify because of the situations and like how his food works. Because Jet Pistol, because it's more refined, it's less work. He has to use, and it's more so. It's like a bullet. You don't even see it anymore. So it's like it's
Uh-huh.
the tensile force and like it's retracting so fast that it's obviously stronger now. So
Uh-huh.
how does that equate to his strength? I think that's it's a combination of both. It being more refined and Luffy being that physically more stronger. How,
What's frustrating about this question is Oda has never, other than the bit where he uses the giant pistol on the wall, on the
yeah,
candy wall, Oda has never showcased Luffy's true strength in comparison to something he did pre-time skip.
it's hard to measure that. I mean, the only thing I can think of base where it's like which was impressive physically was when Doflamingo uses leg to kill Law, and then Luffy just came and was like, oh wow, Luffy's pretty strong as well because we saw Doflamingo was
Hmm.
a physical monster too. So it's like, oh
But again, Doflamingo had to like drop from a height and use Jigsaw and you
yeah,
know.
yeah. So I mean, but Luffy's always been strong. But you're saying how like physically how much better?
Yeah, exactly that. So if I give like, for example, if I make Cody Jones, like we sail, we don't do the time skip. We go to Fishman Island because that's where he would have
Yeah.
gone. As a pre-time skip team, obviously we're doing way harder. But do you think that the pre-time Luffy, obviously somehow we give him the haki that the current Luffy has. The pre-time Luffy with his haki, but the pre-time strength could beat Hody.
No.
Whoa, I think he could.
Pre-time skip Luffy with Haki? No. Hody with
What?
doping? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so then this is my next question then is, so you don't think that the haki is the most vital part of Luffy's growth? You think his
No,
strength is?
it's vital because I don't think you can use Jet Gatling without Haki. I think Haki,
You mean
Hog
what do you
Gatling,
mean?
yeah, Hog Gatling. So like,
But no, that's what I was saying. Like, but let's just okay.
and
Pre
the Red Hawk
Luffy,
and shit like
pre
that.
time skip Luffy. Yeah, but we give pre time skip Luffy the ability to use current Luffy's level of haki, right?
Is he beating Hody? Oh, current Luffy? Then he's beating. Yeah, current Luffy. Yes.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Then let me make it even more horrible. Just the pacifista punching Luffy.
No, actually,
Oh.
no.
What's the difference?
I think Luffy has grown physically stronger post time skip.
Yes,
But
and that's the
that's a
question.
hard
How much?
question because his strength is in direct correlation to his will and his haki. So it's
Yeah,
like when you
yeah.
separate the two, it's like okay, maybe there's not that much a difference, but it's like his haki is so key. So yes, he beats Cody Jones, but it's like that's hard to separate. That's hard to separate.
That's what I'm struggling with at the moment because I could you of any of
Yeah.
us could argue both
Yes.
teams and sound just as
Yeah.
convincing.
That's definitely hard to separate. I see your point though. I see your point. Ugh. I mean, that's Oda. That's
Hmm?
Oda in his writing, which is marvelous for like
Yeah,
discussion and, I guess the lasting of the series because that's what essentially. I think that's what Oda wants. I don't think Oda is ever going to end One Piece until he dies. To be honest.
because like as an example, right, as to what I'm
Yeah.
saying is Caesar Clown.
Yeah.
Luffy used the jet pistol with Haki in Caesar Clown's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, Caesar Clown got a nosebleed, but he was okay for the most part.
Yeah.
Right? We make Caesar solid pre-time skip, and we have all the Straw Hats use the same moves they used on PX4 on Caesar, which you said is equivalent to a jet pistol with Haki. You're saying Caesar only gets a nosebleed?
Yeah. It's tough. Like when you include like Zoro and those guys, it's tough, man. It's tough because we saw like how physically strong those guys were, but they couldn't do anything to the pacifists.
Hmm.
And now they post time. I think they just got that much stronger. It's like
That's the problem. Is that an assumption, or because obviously we didn't think about it back then. We were so excited. We was just like, "Wow, it's so incredible." But sit down and go, "Hang on, wait. Were they using Haki to do that good?"
you think you want to know how much hockey amplifies your strength.
Yeah.
It's hard to say. It's very hard to say. But somebody I look at is like Bellamy. Um,
Mm.
it's hard to say with Bellamy as well because you don't know. Like Luffy's growth is different, and but he got one shot both times with or without hockey. So it's kind of like, you know.
Listen, Brago, you're gonna go if you sit down like later when you're not talking to me and you sit and think about it. You're gonna get lost in a rabbit hole because you'll start trying to think of examples and you'll go, "Oh, maybe that." Nah. Oh, nah. You know what I mean?
But that's just brilliance by Oda then. Right?
Yeah.
It's like it's no situation where you can figure out like, okay, if someone used hockey in addition or not, like as far as like gauging your strength. Like look at Smoker. I don't know. Like it's hard to separate that with
Hmm.
those guys.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's like because I think why that's good is it makes those pre-times get villains like Lucci and Croc. It fixes the whole, oh, well, they got beat by a pre-time skip Luffy. Well, what if pre-time skip Luffy isn't actually that, oh, post-time skip Luffy isn't that, Luffy isn't actually that much more physically strong?
I get that. I understand the argument. I mean, I guess we'll see what the chat thinks. 'Cause I know somebody's gonna have pull up some goddamn random panel to post something. I think so
Well, what do you mean?
because it's like I can't remember any instance of that at all. I
No,
can't
there
remember
isn't.
any instance.
Um, the closest we have is that Perispero wall thing where he used a giant pistol to try and break the
Yeah,
wall and it didn't work. But then is the example of what if he did the elephant gun instead?
that's a rabbit hole theory. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I've had the answer to that. I really don't.
No one does. That's why it's a good question.
I'll probably ask that on stream when next time I stream. We gotta ask that.
All right, go ahead.
Oh man, theory. This is awesome. I know.
No worries.
I
You're
know.
welcome. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, bro. I know the people. They. It's funny because like in the last one, there was like, yo, you should have this theory guy on more.
Who?
I'm like, well,
Who's that?
huh?
Who is this theory guy? I've
It's
never
like,
heard of
yeah,
him
this should
before.
have this theory guy on more. I'm like, yeah, I probably should, man. I probably should. This is
Yeah, I mean, I've only just
yeah,
met
this
him, you
new
know.
guy from Discord. He's really cool, man. Really cool. Go to Discord and then you can figure him out. But nah, a lot of people do respect your takes and knowledge on One Piece. So it's like it's always great. And then it's like, going from Discord last night and having a civil conversation today, it's like
Oh well, yeah, I do. Listen, it's very real. I appreciate just this so much more than what I go through every day on your goddamn server, man.
you know
I'm like the police.
where it's like I look at the Discord, it says Theory tomorrow. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, these dudes are probably going in right now. I'm like, I'll come in later.
It's like I told you the other day. I got banned from there on New Year's Eve.
That's crazy. Like, what the fuck are they gonna ban Theory? Like, I don't
Why did they ban me? Well, I was trolling to a degree. I was pretending. What they knew it was
know.
me, but I said all I did, like it's like you right now on
Yeah.
this call. It's been me. It's been you the entire time. But all of a sudden, you put on an accent and you say you're Tom Cruise or
Yeah.
something, and I'm like, what? You're Tom
Yeah.
Cruise? Oh man,
They got mad at that.
yeah.
Discord can be so fucking disrespectful and sensitive at the same time. I don't get it. I don't get it, but
But no, it's a good
yes.
place sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like I enjoy the fact that there's a community where you can go and you can just you can have conversations, where it's like
Yeah, you've harbored, even though you didn't really put much work into harboring it. Your Discord, your Discord harbored
yeah,
itself
it was
from
like
a toxic
it was
cesspool into
it's like
something good.
Shinokuni. It's
Yes,
like it just kept like it was like a snowball. It just kept growing, and like
I wanted the Discord picture to be a picture of Magellan, and the more toxic it got, like the different forms of Magellan, we would change the picture to.
oh, that'd be dope. That's dope. That's dope.
Like like when it becomes like when everyone like when you get like let's say you eventually get something like
Yeah,
30,000 subs or something, right? And you have like let's say you get I don't know 5,000 people in your
yeah.
Discord, it's gonna be
Venom
Venom Demon,
Demon.
dude.
Yeah, Venom Demon. where I mean, the thing is, the Discord is already infamous. Where niggas like, yo, Brago's Discord. You go there.
Is it
Oh my
really?
god! Like niggas, yo, other like I remember like before the Reverie, which the talking is like, yeah, I've heard about your Discord, Brago. Cole was saying that. He's like, I've heard about that place. Like, hey man, we out here.
Well, it's true because it's good because loads of memes come
Yes.
out of it and like loads of jokes and good
Yeah.
times, but also some of the most stressful and frustrating
Bro, we was
moments,
there for an
man.
hour and the chat gave up. Chat was like, "Yo, we ain't doing this. We can't." It's like, "Yo, we can't." You gotta pick a couple of them and bring them to the stream. You cannot go into that place. And Ovi
Like
said, "Yo,"
it made me go on. What did
Ovi
I
was
say?
like, "Yo, you didn't even like dip your foot in the water. You like went in the deep end." Because I went to like I didn't go to I went to like the One Piece chat where it was like a bunch of people there. So
I banned myself from general chat. I can't go in there
nah,
anymore.
man. Some of the arguments sometimes it's crazy, but
We had to make one called VC text chat
I
because
saw that.
VC and the text chat they're two separate beasts.
I mean, it's entertaining. I've seen people be there all day talking. It's like,
Uh-huh.
um,
I'm on it at work. My friends see me. They're like, "Aren't you at work? Well, how are you always on Discord?"
just listening in, like, to see what they talk about.
Yeah, I am. I'm like, my boss is like, "Who are you talking to all the time?" I'm like it's my parents.
That is
They're in hospital.
hilarious. That is so hilarious. Like you're at work, like, no, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
Oh, even Vince is at work, right? He's always like, I can't talk right now, I'm at work. It's like,
We're just listening. Oh my gosh.
yeah,
Because I guess it's like it's
it's
like an
great.
ongoing podcast. It's just people just stuck
Yeah, it's all non-stop.
non-stop. I never thought about it that way. Holy shit. Appreciate it. Definitely enjoy
You're welcome.
these like they're refreshing. And I know the chat they appreciate it as well because that's all they say.
I didn't even read. I don't like to read comments anymore. For example, when I went on your video, I literally, I didn't even go on the one, the one that you're saying that we recorded. I didn't even go on that one. I didn't even watch it.
They had a lot of positive comments. But they were like, "Yo, you guys can do this more often. This is a good change of pace in comparison to the screaming that happens in the something like."
Well, I appreciate it, guys, but the thing is, you'll probably realize that if I was in the streams that you guys are saying are bad, if I was in them too, I'd be just as bad as them.
It's the setting, you know. It's the setting where it's like it's not too many people, and it's not just
Like you could get you could get Taekwon and in a one-on-one, and he will be the calmest person ever.
That is
You know.
true. That is 100% true.